Hello, we're to the BHR JenMar Management Series live here from Lime Rock Park for race number 10 of the BHR JenMar Management Series. And the second race in the chase, round of 12, and an elimination race, top 12 in points after this race, making on to the round of 8, where we have 3 more races before we get down to the championship 4. So these guys are the grid. I apologize for the late start to the broadcast. There's a bit of issues with the session going live with the league and whatnot, and then I accidentally I ended up not knowing what time it was starting, so I missed qualifying. So my apologies there for all the mishaps right there. But let's just guys get set here to grid up. We're gonna take you through the LCTV starting grid here in just a moment. As we're going to go, here's Richard Jr. and the number 46 machine. He'll start first with the 52.205, and then the outside of pole, Russell Caney in the number 80 machine. Row number 2, we have Trent Seed in the 8, and Ryan Flanagan in the 9 right there. Numerical order as well. Row number 3, actually, that's it for qualifiers, but then behind them, you have the 37 wheel road armor, the 48 of Stephen Gale, the 1 machine of Jeffrey Price, and you might be wondering why he's in the 1 machine. He's actually subbing for Ryan C. Worley. So that's Ryan C. Worley, just as Jeffrey Price driving for him, subbing for him, as he's not able to race. And then you got Kirk Mills rounding out your field of starters here tonight from Lime Rock. And again, just a quick reminder, the drivers in the chase have the round of 12 banners along with red spoilers. The reason that there was no red spoilers last week is because plate tracks apparently in these cars, they have different spoiler that they have to run, so that's why there's no red spoilers last week. But this week we have the drivers with red spoilers. You see the 80 machine there, the 9, the 48, the 4, and the 1 machine all have red banners on their cars. But a pretty very unique racetrack here at Lime Rock for sure. Not a lot of racetracks like it. That's definitely for sure there. So we're getting set now to go racing. Come over the hill through the final corner here. And the pace car, RUF pace car here, about to make its way onto pit lane. There it goes. Trigger Jr. lead the field to the green flag. Green flag's flying on the way here for race number 10 from Lime Rock. Right now into turn 1, where we'll see any contact. 37 drives it in deep. Oh, he's just got it in the 9, locking out. The 48 got hit or got into the back of somebody. Looks like actually they've got a nose damage right there. I see some root damage on the 9, so it looks like the 48 got into the back of the 9. Already starts off the race with some nose damage in that 48 machine. But up front, Russell Caney now actually takes over the race lead over Richard and Jr., the pole sitter. So they come through the S's now. You get another hard part of the racetrack, a hard right turn before going up a hill. You get a lot of air off of. It's very late. So we got some drivers on the wall. Looks like the 37 into the tire barriers there, but he's going to keep the car pointing in the right direction. It looks like Russell Caney pulling away now ahead of Richard Jr. He's trying to chase it down. Trent Seed has a mirror full of Ryan Flanagan as they all go down to that banking. And looks the 1 overshot the corner just a bit, had to back out to avoid going off the track, and the 4 almost got into him. Great job. Kirk Mills not to run in the back of him there and to lock it up to avoid having that issue. Scan continues to pull away here. Richard Jr. is still following his side tracks right there in second. And then you have Trent Sneed, Ryan Flanagan, that number 9 machine. And then you have Jeffrey Price, Kirk Mills, and Stephen Gale. 37 wheel armor off the racetrack into looks like right before the S's or so. I believe he just overshot that. But Skinny going to lead the second lap here as it comes to the final corner. William Jr. right there in second. Still trying to chase it down. You see how loose these race cars are here at this track. It's very, very loose setup. Not a ton of grip to be found out here, so you got to be very careful with the throttle, and you have a lot of good throttle control to avoid wrecking here. So 1.5 second lead now for Russell Caney in the race lead. Okay, back on the throttle. Oh, you see Russell Caney right there, fishtailing it. As they go into the right-hander up the hill. you can just hear how light the car gets going over that hill, and the engine revs. This can actually kind of pull away just a bit. About 10th he gained right there that lap. And now we complete lap 3 of 75. Trying to see currently still in 3rd, and he's a 9 right there. Trying to see it actually won last weekend at Talladega. Remember that victory there. His first career victory. Got Ryan Flanagan there in 4th. Also, no drivers not found victory lane yet. Kirk Mills also. Jeffrey Price subbing for Ryan Worley. Ryan Worley has, Jeffrey Price does not. And you got Stephen Gale back there. Struggling already with that nose damage and whatnot. We're going off track. It looks like actually again, so this bad night continues here. Russell Caney gonna continue to go ahead here. We're gonna actually go on board for a full lap here on the gyro cam here for a full lap around Lime Rock with the race leader Russell Caney. Comes across that finish line and complete the lap. Full lap around Lime Rock right there with your race leader Russell Caney in the number 80 Mountain Dew Voltage. Chevrolet Overload Armor again off the racetrack. Actually, we'll go a lap down here now. With 70 laps to go. He's continuously having bad issues. He's not gotten really any damage yet on that number 37 machine, but has already gone a lap down. As long as behind the field, Stephen Gale actually on pit road. So not quite sure what happened to him. I'll take a look back here, try to see if we can figure out what exactly happened to him. Looks like he has a lot of front end damage. This is what happened right here. So he's going into the final corner and just tries to go full speed, can't quite do it. Oh man, pretty hard into the tire barriers, but actually towed the car to pit road, which is going to cost him a lot of time. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't just drive to pit road. This is pretty much right there, but he's actually still stuck on pit road right now, so it's not going very well for him either. Russell Caney has now got under fire from Richard Regan Jr. and that number 46 Chevrolet Impala. He's reeled in now by about 8/10 of a second on your race leader Russell Caney. Gyros. You're just coming by here. So about 7 seconds back is the 8 machine Trent Sneed. And then you have Ryan Flanagan right there in 4th. Kirk Mills back here in 5th. Jeffrey Price / Ryan Worley in 6th. Then you got row number 1 lap down in 7th. Stephen Gale way behind in 8th. 2 laps down actually. So after wrecking there and having to tow. The Goose race leads once again going into the right-hander that goes uphill. You're going to see the cars get very light, almost jump there. You might not even see them actually jump up in the air sometimes once they go through there fast enough. But it certainly looks like our second place driver, Richard Regan, is definitely closing in on your race leader. The number 80 entry. As you see right there, actually the 46 kind of missed the apex though. And as he misses the apex, it's going to cost about 2 or 3 tenths. Right there in that final corner, it's a now complete lap 8 of 75. Going to turn 1 right there once again. You see the 80 almost locking it up. Pushing the car hard on that corner. Now actually stretches out to a 1.3 second lead, it looks like. As we now go through the S's. That first round Chevrolet trying to chase down that Mountain Dew number 80. They almost jumped in the car right there once again. Down shifts, goes a good corner right there, gonna gain some time. Goes in the final corner, does he get the good apex? Just a good exit. Now actually looks like the 80 is just a bit better. He kind of pushed the car a little bit more, got on the throttle a little bit sooner, and then got up and threw some dirt up a little bit, but he was able to get a better corner exit. But now that 46 are reeling him in into turn 1. Only now half-second lead. Half-second gap, I should say, between first and second place. 46 continued to outbrake the 80 here. Get a little loose though out of that corner, clips the curb in the wrong way. He's gonna lose some more time. Kind of got the curb, got a little bit too much air off that curb. And now he's gonna go into the right hander once again. That's a pretty good. Gets a little bit loose on exit, manages to correct it. You see here, he sees me pretty good in this corner. Oh, well, the 80 completely overshoots it, goes off into the grass, allows the 46 to be a huge run on as I go in the final corner. 80's usually better here. Oh no, he gets loose. Oh, he spins it. Did he save it? No, he spins it. Also, Kenny out of the race league, gonna spin it. There's a 360, keeps going now in second. It's the complete lap 10, but that will pretty much give up any shot he has at the lead for a long time, if any. Unless the 46 makes a huge mistake, it's now 6.5 seconds back. 46, Richard Regan Jr. had great pressure right there. Just being right there behind him, waiting for him to make a mistake and pounce and capitalize on it. And sure enough, is exactly what happened. Is I want to take a look back at that once again. So the 80 can't make a mistake the corner before, and this is probably his best corner. Got into the curbing and grass just a little bit. It got sideways on him, and then he ended up tapping the wall. I tried saving it. Had a great job trying to save it there, and almost did, but wasn't able to quite correct it entirely to keep the car straight. But you're gonna see right here is he's going over the curbing, and he's kind of just his left side tires just kind of get off the curbing and onto the dirt, and that transition causes the car to get upset. He spins it to the right, to the left, tags the wall lightly, goes back, and then ends up spinning around. Great job not to really get any damage off it. There's a 360 pretty nicely, but is now 7 seconds behind the race leader, Richard Regan Jr. So again, really does not have any shot at getting back to that race lead unless something crazy happens here. But Trenton Steaker only in third, 10 seconds back. You have Kirk Mills in the fourth. Jeffrey Price in fifth. He actually, I believe, has worked his way around now. Ryan Flanagan. Actually, Ryan Flanagan, it looks like he might be a lap down. No, he's not. Okay, I take that back. Sorry. He's currently in 6th place, though, so. Ryan Worley, excuse me, Jeffrey Price off the track. Into the turn 1, it looks like there. Ryan Flanagan trying to catch up to him. Roll the armor again, having some more issues, but this time he actually hits the tire barriers. Looks like he's gone into that tire barrier, hitting the left front, so he's going to fall another lap down here. Now goes 2 laps down in 7th place. But they're all trying to chase down Richard Regan Jr. in that 46, still the 6.6 second lead over 2nd place. Russell Candy looks like he may have actually gained some time that last lap, just about a 10th or 2. So obviously does not really have any chance unless something drastic happens here of getting back to the race lead. But that is something to obviously take note on here. That he did indeed gain back time there. It's actually now to the back 46. Richard Regan Jr. gonna pull away about 8 seconds now, so. It's actually about to go, not really about to go, but kind of close to going a lap down is Ryan Flanagan and Jeffrey Price. They're not that far ahead. They're quite a ways ahead, but not super far. So I believe if we go another 10, 15, 20 laps here, they probably will actually both go a lap down. Oh, Jeffrey Price actually goes off the track in the final corner. Loses the spot to Ryan Flanagan. Now he'll drop to the last car on the lap in 6 and lose some more time, but as coming up to 60 laps to go here, not very much more time. Jeffrey Price looks like he's continuing to struggle. Had to really turn the car hard right there and check up to avoid going off the track there as well. Go gets loose a little bit in the second to final corner. So really pushing that car. And it's going to cost him some time. As you see right there, the 46 just jaws right here trying to catch up to him and put them both a lap down as he continues to stretch his race lead now. 9 seconds over second place. Russell Caney looks like he actually may have made some more issues because of 8. We're trying to see now is starting to catch Russell Caney for second, so that 80 is really falling off pace here compared to your other 2 drivers in the top 3. As we now just have 60 laps to go from Lime Rock, so a little bit less than, or more than I should say, an hour, I believe, is when we'll finish here, based off the fact that they're running about 52 to 53, 54 second lap times. And then add on, maybe pit stops and whatnot. So, there's Richard Riggin Jr. And there's see Jeffrey Price actually. So he's about to go a lap down here. Next 2, 3, 4 laps, he's going to go a lap down, and only leave 5 cars on the lead lap when that happens. So it's been pretty interesting to see already right there. Jeffrey Price continuing to struggle here, unfortunately. Again, he is subbing for Ryan Williams, so he locks it up going into turn 1. He's gonna wear his tires out just a bit more. Hey, Rudy. Now on lap 17 of 75. Price fighting to stay. Oh, he goes off into the grass a bit though in the second to final corner. That will cost him some more time as he's trying to get away. Cue the Jaws theme song as Richard Green Jr. trying to put that number 1 machine 1 lap down. As a currently 8.4 second gap over second place Russell Caney. He's actually kind of reeled him in a bit. It was about 9.8 seconds, I believe, before. So he's actually caught him by about a second or so here. And as they both actually continue to pull away from Trenton Seed, he's now 12.5 seconds back in that number 8 entry. And Stephen Gale actually back on a pit road with more issues, it looks like. So he's going to finish, I believe, last here. He's just going 8 laps down in 8th. So really no shot of regaining back from that. The road number right there in 7th. Currently scored 2 laps down. Kirk Mills right now in 4th. 41 seconds behind the race lead is actually... Now, Ryan Flanagan and Jeffrey Price have both gone a lap down at Richard Riggin Jr., so that leaves only 4 cars now on the lead lap. Last one being that number 4 machine, Kirk Mills. Alright, sounds good. Riggin Jr. pretty much putting a spanking on the field here tonight so far. After he forced Cyrus Caney into a mistake out of the race lead. That's a 9.5 second lead, actually pulling back away now from Russell Caney. You're right on board with him. Well, the first 9 laps, but not able to regain since. And chase race number 2 here at Lime Rock. now Kirk Bell's actually gonna pit here out of 4th place. So he's gonna go a lap down and now falls down to, looks like 6th place. So he's gonna roll off pit right now. So it looks like actually probably a scheduled pit stop. So now we're gonna wait and see for our leader's pit here. He's already completed 20 of 75 laps. So I got 55 to go here. I'm gonna see if our race leader comes to pit road or not. Looks like he's gonna stay out on the racetrack, so we have a pit stops on the way. We're gonna take you in the first commercial break. You won't miss a thing as we go side-by-side coverage here from Lime Rock.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl,
Mike live here to Lime Rock for race number 10 of the BHR JenMar Management Series. As currently Richard Green Jr. has a 23-second lead over second place. Russell Caney looks like he's actually had some contact with somebody or the wall or something. So that car is beat a lot of damage on that number 80 machine. So he falls further back. He's actually trying to see. Looks like he's actually going to get around him now for second place. So the number 8 machine moves up into second around the 80. Scanning continuing to struggle here, losing some time. He's almost wrecking that car. Michigan Jr. on a 24-second lead. You're way out, 25-second lead now. But a half-second lead over trying to seize and move his way up into second place. Scanning right there behind Trent and Steve's. This battle for second. Everyone continues here. So far, we saw Kirk Mills pit out of top 5 spot, but nobody else is right pitted here. So, interesting strategy for sure. Only shooting out to a 30-second lead here. Nice. Second place battle, eating up just a bit here now. Also getting not that far behind, trying to try to get back around his teammate to get back into second place. Ryan Flanger goes off the track into turn 1. As he's already a lap down, and it's not like he's gonna actually lose in position. Currently in 4th place, but it'll cost us some more time. Kirk Knowles currently in 5th place, 2 laps down. Overall number 7 laps down. Actually 5 laps down in 7th. Jeffrey Price 2 laps down in 6th. Ryan Flanger again off in the grass, so we continue to struggle here. Also locking it up, almost getting into Trenton Seed right there. Very close. Oh, looks like now Russ Kane on the right side of Trenton Seed for that second position. Very tough corner to pass in. Will it be contact? Nope, looks like they're going to make it through cleanly as a lot of shuffling position, actually bump drafting now. Going into the second of the final corner is, oh, very close, side by side almost. We go into the final corner now. Just getting it a dive bomb, it goes in. Oh, very close, right there behind. As looks like Will Rummer now will head to pit road. Jeffrey Price looks like he's about to, but then it looks like maybe he shot it, so he couldn't quite get there. Ryan Flank has actually caught both these guys now. It's a 3-car battle now. Only 2 of them are actually for position, though. The 8 and the 80. The 9 is 1 lap down, so he's not racing these guys for position at all. As we still have 40 laps to go now from Lime Rock. Oh, we're skinny dirt tracking it pretty much. Skating now, sure we're shooting that corner, so we're gonna lose some time. We'll take another second commercial break here. Once again, we won't miss a thing. We're going to go side-by-side coverage here as we have a little bit less than 40 laps to go from Lime Rock.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Alright, so there, Richard Green Jr. on pit road as we go back live now. Race number 10 of the BHR JenMar Management Series from Lime Rock. The rest of Richard Green Jr. has been dominating this race so far. Heads for his one and only pit stop here with just 30 laps left to go here from Lime Rock. Brandon Sneed actually looks like he's in second still. Not sure. So Kenny actually looks like he's in third, I believe. That's the way this is going. have to wait for them to come back around for the actual scoring to be accurate here, but. And it's currently, you know, it's like Trenton Seat actually, no, yeah, Trenton Seat's actually 1 lap down in 3rd, so it must have gone off track or something, has some issues. As Russell Caney's now in 2nd, so only 2 cars now on lead lap. Russell Caney now in 2nd, but 40 seconds behind your race leader, Richard Jr. Apologies for that. It's currently, Jr. out to 40-second lead. I mean, that's what happened. Everybody's pretty much by themselves here. Scanning, still currently in 2nd as we're approaching 27 laps to go now from Lime Rock. See if we can't burn in the number 48 machine of Stephen Gale is currently on pit road. Okay, sure, again, what happened to him? We're going to see if we can't burn him in here. So we got a guy coming.
Yes, I do.
So, Steven, you're currently sitting on pit road 40 laps down. We saw you turn about 10 laps there before you decided to park it. Any reason for that?
Just to me personally, it just got kind of boring, and I just wrecked early on and just decided just not to race anymore, to be honest.
And we've seen a lot of people obviously go off track as you'd expect at a road course, of course, in stock cars. And it seems like, what I could gather, there's not really a ton of grip there and kind of loose. Would I be correct in that?
Oh, very. It's the car wants to spin every chance you get. It just got frustrating for me, so I just stopped.
Alrighty, well, appreciate your time here, Steven, and good luck on sitting there at pit road.
Yep.
Alright, that's the driver of the number 40 machine, Stephen Gale, again in the chase, but I guess decided not to really turn many laps. He's already in the next round, pretty much locked in mathematically, so he's good to go. 41 laps down now in 8th, but 25 laps to go now for your race leader, Richard Jr. in the number 46 machine. As you see, go through a full field rundown here from Lime Rock. First place, Richard Jr. led 41 of the 51 laps completed so far. Or excuse me, 50 laps completed so far, so only have not led 9 laps. He's currently the race leader. Second place is the number 80 machine of Russell Caney back here. He's led the first 9 laps before spinning himself out. He's not able to recover since 43.5 seconds back behind the race leader. Third place, road armor, into the guardrail. He's going to wreck it right in front of Ryan Flanagan. And actually back in the guardrail again. Some more issues for road armor. He's going in 6th place, but then he had Trenton Seat in 3rd. Then you had, Jim Price actually also off the racetrack, but in 4th place, Ryan Flanagan, 2 laps down into the number 9 machine. In 5th, you have the number 1 of Jeffrey Price, 7th for Ryan Worley. He's also another round of 12 driver, I should say. My apologies there. Then currently in 6th place, as you saw there, road number currently 7 laps down. 7th is actually Kirk Mills. Looks like he's actually gone off the racetrack here and retired and put it behind the wall. So Kirk Mills is retired. Then 8th place, of course, Stephen Gale, 42 laps down, sitting there on pit road, pretty much retired from the rest of the race. So. We're going to take you under another commercial break here. As we're live from Lime Rock Nice, number 10 here, with coming up to just 20 laps to go, so not a ton of time left in this one. As number 46 machine, Richard Green Jr. dominating this race so far. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
When I was 16 years old, I was working at a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with him one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that, I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference at the end of the night. Asphalt car, you can't overdrive them. Well, that was the first thing that I had to learn right off the bat is, oh my gosh, I've got to discipline myself, not overdrive this thing, and that's how you get the most out of it. Truth be told, communicating the right information to your crew and your crew chief so they can do their job and make their appropriate adjustments for you to go faster and do your job is probably 90% of the game in our world. I've always loved late models. You know, my dream was to be a late model driver driving for a living across the country like Daryl and Don do that drive for me. I mean, that was, truth be told, that was my dream, you know. I always wanted a semi. I always wanted a stacker trailer with 2 hot rods in it, and let's go racing. Let's take off with your buddies and go race and chase that dream. Never in a million years did I think it would turn into a Cup Series, and I actually have an opportunity to own 2 dirt late model teams. When you think of iRacing, you don't think of a video game. It's not. It's way above and beyond any of that. You know, dirt racing changes so much. The track changes so much. Being able to capture that, to experience all those details that surround dirt racing and make dirt racing what it is what makes iRacing so cool, because they did nail all of that. I knew when they came to our shop and scanned cars and went to the detail of getting that car right, I knew that it was going to be over the top, because it blew my mind just the work that went into making sure the car itself was legit. This sport has been around a long time. The competition can't be replaced, and that's what brings people back to the racetrack week in and week out.
KR, so it's nice to drive a fast sprint car.
Couple of separate lines developing. Three wide action on a turn two. Craig Kinzer, Casey Kane, and Kieran Pittman going at it.
I think the differences between, NASCAR and the sprint races on dirt is just a much different mindset. The way you drive your cars, the setup, the feel you're looking for. I think one of the hardest things to tell as a fan is when you're watching a race, whether it's a NASCAR race, a dirt race, is just what's really going on in the car. With iRacing, you can get the way that the track's changing, which they've done a great job in how the track changes throughout the night or throughout the race, just to try to capture it and let the fans play it and realize, like, man, there's actually a lot going on, and you can't always see that when you watch a race. So I think it's pretty neat. It's, enjoyable for me, but at the end of the day, it's actually much of a simulation, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn from that. And, early on, it was neat to look at the Cup tracks that I was going to, places that I had never been. So I think it kind of gives you a head start leading into a weekend. It's pretty real life, and that's pretty neat.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
Welcome back now to the BHR JenMar Management Series, race number 10, and chase race number 2 here from Lime Rock Park. There's currently Kenny fighting to stay on the lead lap here. The only car on lead lap besides the race leader, Richard Ricking Jr., and gotta go lap down with just 14 laps to go now from Lime Rock. So pure domination by the 46 machine. Richard Ricking Jr., a pole sitter, is also 11 laps here. All but 9 laps led, which is all gone to that number 80 machine, who's currently like one lap down. As everybody look at your track info here, I know it's quite ways in the race already, but you have 7 total turns actually, so not a ton of differently named race corners, excuse me. It's the full course configuration of Lime Rock Park, which is located in Lakeville, USA, obviously. Not quite sure what state that is in. My apologies. Maybe in Wisconsin, Michigan, somewhere around there, I'm guessing, but my apologies, I do not know for sure where exactly it's located. But currently track temperature 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at weather here also, 65 degree air temperature, wind direction 1 mile an hour to the north, 0% humidity, 0% fog, and clear sky conditions and bright and sunny in the afternoon at Lime Rock. So 13 laps to go now from this 1.47 mile road course. Oh, Russell Caney's gonna spin it. Out of second, he's gonna spin it again right in front of the 46 machine. Now he'll go 1 lap down. The entire field is at least 1 lap down, with only 2 drivers being 1 lap down and not being 2 or 3 even actually. Nobody's 2 laps down. Ryan Flanagan currently in 4th. 3 laps down, Jeffrey Price. 7 for Ryan Worley. Actually, he's on pit road right now. He's 4 laps down. And then you have World Armor 8 laps down in that 37 machine right there. You see him, and then he goes off the racetrack. So Pure domination with this 46 machine, and pretty much mistake-free so far here. Just 12 laps to go now. They're actually going to put Jeff Price another lap down, so Jeff Price now going to go 5 laps down. Jr. and even locking it up, even though he has a full race lead. That's just because Jeffrey Price, he's gonna really lock it up as he slides off the racetrack into the grass once again. Continuing to struggle skiing right there in the second. Currently score 1 lap down. Looks like Jeff Price will actually get off the racetrack. He's gonna finish 5th place. Looks like pretty much guarantees unless something absolutely nuts happens. So not bad. Taylor Street right there in 3rd, also 1 lap down, of course. We're aboard now with the race leader, Richard Jr., excuse me. I'm going to take another full lap here around Landmark Park as we reach 10 laps to go. Another full lap with the race leader, now Richard Jr. to do with him in the gyro cam. Full lap around Landmark Park. Through the final corner, now back onto the front straightaway, back on the gas. 9 laps to go now. Another full lap on with the gyro cam on it. Race leader, the number 46 machine of Richard Jr. is currently at 1 lap lead over the rest of the field. Over 2nd place, Russell Caney. And then you have 3rd place, Trinity C, race behind him. We have in 4th place, 3 laps down, Ryan Flange right there. You see him, that number 9 entry. And then you got 5th place, you have the number 1 machine. 7 for Ryan Worley, the number 1 of Jeffrey Price. 5 laps down. Then because Will Ronomer in that 37 machine is 6th place. 8 laps down. Kirk Mills 32 laps down off track. And then in pit road, continuing to sit there is the 48 machine of Stephen Gale. Currently scored 57 laps down. But comes 8 laps to go now. Eight laps to go now from Lime Rock. Going on a lap down is Will Rodemer, not going to be scored in 6th place, 9 laps down, with Richard Jr. going to come around this time by, get 6 laps to go when this happens. Oh, Rodemer is going to overshoot the corner. I'm not sure if he hit the wall or not, but he definitely had to check up a lot to avoid doing so. So it's going to cost him some more. Charles Kinney still right there. Trying to see him actually quite a ways back here. I see him right there going through the S's. Richard Jr. going to come off the final corner, come across the finish line, and get the 6 laps to go now. Signal. So in about 5 or so, 6 minutes, we'll see this 46 machine going to victory lane. Set of corners, 5 laps to go now from Lime Rock as he's going to come through the final corner. Richard Jr. still with that 1 lap lead. Come off the final corner. We're going to reach 5 laps to go now. And it's trying to see actually. If we had a little, 5 extra laps added. Oh, he's about to lose it though. Great save. Right there, finishing off the S's. Almost loses it. Great job to him out of that number 8 machine, but. I was about to say, if we had another 5 or so more laps added on here, he'd probably actually go 2 laps down. And so he'd only have 1 car leading the race for 1 lap, and each of the top 4 drivers separated by at least 1 lap. Looks like Ryan Fleming is going to let him by, obviously 2 laps behind, no point in racing him. Smart move there, but Ryan Fleming, the number 9 machine. And he's going to the final start corner. Skinny here, 4 laps to go now from Lime Rock when it comes across the finish line. Goes to the S's. See how it looks like Ryan Flanagan. First bait, I guess you could say, at the 46 machine. Ryan Flanagan, 3 laps to go. Excuse me, Richard Jr. 3 laps to go now. Just pretty much don't wreck it. I mean, even if he does, he could probably get back going and limp around the track and still win it, but. See Russell Kane, the number 80 machine, currently in 2nd. So pretty good point stay for him. He's going to move on the next round, already mathematically locked in, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Actually, Jairus, if I can try to find him here, the point same as whatnot. Take a look at your point stands. Actually, Trenton Sneed, after last week, he became the points leader. Ryan Flanagan in 2nd, George Garcia in 3rd, with run number 4th, Russ Caney 5th, with Bryce 6th, Steve Gale 7th, Rick Mills 8th, Austin Johnson 9th, Andrew Singleton 10th, Ryan Worley 11th, and Corey Ensing 12th. So, again, top 8 drivers make it in. So, Trenton Sneed will make it on to the next round. Ryan Flanagan, George Garcia. That will be questionable. I believe he will. Yeah, George Garcia will make it on to the next round. Rhode Armor making it on to the next round. Also, Caney, Jeffrey Price, Stephen Gale. Jeffrey Price actually, he's not racing for himself, but he will indeed make it on the next round. As we now see the white flag one more time around now for the 46 machine as he actually puts 9 and all lap down here. That is 46 for Richard Green Jr. We'll have to go now from Lime Rock, but also Richard Green Jr. is actually not in the chase. We're gonna have a non-chase driver win here as and he's going to not make it to the ninth, nor did Austin Johnson or Corey Ensign, so those guys will not make the next round. Ryan really should make it on to the next round, so that'd be interesting to see how that works out there. George Garcia is in the next round, so very interesting because it all depends where like the War Machine of Jeffrey Price finishes, because that would determine the last spot in the next round. But meanwhile, off the final corner, Richard Green Jr. will win here from Lime Rock in absolutely dominant fashion. Richard Green Jr. will be your race winner now. As now the rest of the field are going to come across the line here. Second place, Russell Caney. Third place, long wait for Trent Seed and whatnot. There's other drivers, but Richard Jr. is your race winner here. Looks like a lot of drivers finishing. Trent Seed looks like he'll be the last driver to finish the race. He comes out the final corner. He'll cross the... Yeah, he just had to. Trent Seed gonna decide just to pit, because... Gotta have this 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles to make it that 10 feet. Brother. Oh, you're not gonna really. Oh boy. Meanwhile, your race winner, in dominant fashion, number 46 machine. Should be gonna burn down here. Celebratory fashion. Here with the top few finishers. Continues to sober here. Now we need a warning now with the top other few finishers. Gonna continue to burn out. Pretty cool right there. Nice burnout for sure. It's like his race pace. He's gonna continue to start sober here, but we're gonna get a word in here now with the top few finishers. Besides the race dominator, I guess you could say. Number 8 as Trenton Sneed. Word in here with him in just a moment. Trying to see it in the number 8 machine. I'm going to put in the back of the booth now. Trying to see you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So, Trenton, you running out here with a 3rd place finish as I back up your win with another podium finish here. Pretty much, it was the 46 show, of course, but you and the 80 there had quite a good battle for quite some time there for second, and managed to bring it home one piece here and a podium finish. Just talk about the race, what you saw, of course, with the 46 through your eyes, and the battle there with Russell for a little bit.
My start was awful. I braked way too early, so that pretty much ruined any shot of me getting really up there in that regard. I didn't really get to see the battle much. I saw on a little ticker thing that Russell got in the lead. I was like, hey, cool. Good job, Russell.
Yeah, and of course, Of course, road course is all about consistency and not going off track, not wrecking the car. And unless I missed it, I never saw you do that tonight. So obviously that's probably a plus for you. Of course, obviously you make the next round in the chase pretty easily. So now you move on to the round of 8. Thoughts on the round of 8 as you go to try to move on to the championship 4?
Honestly, can't believe I've made it this far, especially for a rookie season. Just keep it smooth. Try run. This has been top 8. Try run top 5 for the rest of the year. Get top 4, round 4, and then see if I can make anything happen at Concord. That should be interesting.
Alrighty, well I appreciate your time here, Trenton. Any special shout-outs, thank you sponsors that brought home to put in finish here tonight.
I'd like to thank Steven for spotting again. He got here a little over halfway. He was watching a movie. So, yeah, that's nice. He told me it was good. Yeah, I'm a sponsor on the car, Dragon Ball Z themed. But, yeah, just thanks. Yes, Dragon Ball Z and Steven. And thanks to you for broadcasting as always. And thank God for actually letting me race. I'm not dead, so that's nice.
Alrighty,
I can hear my family laughing in the living room.
Alrighty, appreciate your time here, Trent. Congratulations on 3rd, and talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Alright, that was your 3rd place finisher tonight, Trent and Steed in the number 8 machine. As we're gonna now get to your outside pole sitter number 80 machine of Russell Keeney. The only driver to actually lead a lap here tonight. As now we're gonna bring in the broadcast booth. Russell Keeney got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy.
So Russell, you run it out here. Started 2nd, finished 2nd, so not much net gain there, of course. You led the first 9 laps before getting pressure by the 46, spinning it, and pretty much kind of tried to regain, but you kind of struggled for the rest of the night there, unfortunately. You finished 1 lap behind the race leader, Richard Regan Jr., but obviously a good night for you. You make the next round of the chase, obviously. Just talk about the first 9 laps of you able to pull away a little bit from the 46 and the pressure you kind of levied on you, then your entire rest of the race of trying to gain back the time you lost.
It was just hard racing and all that, but it just came down to the point where it's just like, just get us out of this track and move on next week at Kansas. So we'll try to go at it again next week and see if we get a win.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of next week at Kansas, your hometown track, of course, and the entire round of 8 with 3 different races, 3 different racetracks, all pretty much unique. Talk about the trying to fight for a championship 4 spot as you look on to win the championship this season.
Well, I'm just hoping if we win Kansas, or if whoever wins Kansas that's in the chase, we'll move on to the round of 4. So I'm just going to give it all I got at Kansas and try to win that race and hopefully get a ticket to Concord.
Alrighty, well, any special shout-outs, thank you, sponsors, you want to thank here that bring home to a run-up finish?
I want to thank the league sponsor and the car sponsor tonight. It was a lot of fun until it started coming down to the last laps, but that's all I got to thank right now.
Alrighty, congratulations on 2nd, Russell, and of course, as always, have a good night.
You too.
Alright, that was your run-up finisher tonight, Russell Keeney in the number 80 machine, but now your race winner and dominator, number 46 machine of Richard Regan Jr. dominated the night. As I'm going to get a word in here with him. I'm going to bring into the broadcast booth now. Got a copy there, Richard?
Yep.
So, Richard, you pretty much spanked the fielder tonight, winning the race by over a lap over your other competitors. So, absolutely dominant performance from the pole. So, I finished first after starting first and led every single lap except for the first 9. The only time we saw you actually had to chase somebody else down was the first 9 laps there when you were behind the number 80 machine, and he ended up spinning out. You were able to capitalize on that, go on, and never look back. So talk about the dominant performance that you had in the first 9 laps there of trying to get around Russell.
Yeah, so I messed up in the first corner, and then I saw Russell ahead of me once he got past after about 2 laps. He was starting to spin the tires coming off, so I just backed down a little bit, made sure I was still there to put pressure on him, and I knew he was going to wear out his tires, so I just waited, and then he made a mistake, and I was able to execute and never look back.
And of course, I've talked to a couple of people so far, and they said the track was pretty slick, pretty tough to drive. You really need a lot of throttle control, and that's also what I noticed up here in the booth. And even when you had like a full lap lead, I saw you kind of lock it up, going a couple of corners, even get loose coming off some. So let's talk about how the track kind of handled out there and how the car felt.
Yeah, with the high gearing we had, especially in second gear, it was really slick coming off the corner if you use too much throttle. So I know a lot of people running third gear. The only time I went to second gear was for the first few corners, and I was running third the rest, just to control the tire spin a little bit. But I figured I might as well come and make my return to this series because this is my home track, and I won last season, so I'd like to go undefeated here if I can.
Alrighty, well, yeah, special shout outs, thank yous, and sponsors by home to the winner tonight.
Yep, Folds of Honor, Pinnacle Racing Group, First Ford, First Auto Group, you for broadcasting, and anyone who's watching.
Alright, appreciate your time here, Richard, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Alright, that will do it for here tonight. Congratulations, of course, to Richard Riggin Jr. for winning tonight's event from Lime Rock. Race of 10 of the BHR JenMar Management Series. Don't forget, tomorrow night at Kansas, so we have two different races at Kansas here on LCTV next week. Afterwards, where Xfinity Series as they continue their chase as well. Make sure you tune into that. And as always, thank you for joining us here tonight on a lovely Saturday night of racing. And we'll see you all here later on. LCTV signing out.